On the show, in Wheelspin, we drive the recently launched Mercedes-Benz GL63 AMG. In Wheelspin, we ride the most expensive Indian cheap motorcycle, the Chieftain. And in Going in Style, we look at motorcycling accessories which will make riding safer for you. If you are looking for a big, brawny SUV to transport you in style, then look no further. Mercedes has the right answer for your needs, the GL. But what I have with me today is not the regular GL. As I told you, this is not the regular GL, this is the GL63, and that too with the AMG badging. And this twin set of exhaust here tells me that this is going to be quite entertaining. The GL63 AMG, which was recently launched by Mercedes-Benz, is an addition to the GL range, which is also available without the AMG trim, with a smaller engine and at a lower price tag. But it is this GL63 AMG which sets the performance bar for the SUV segment and is undoubtedly the most powerful SUV money can buy here. This is the first time that Mercedes has launched an SUV with the AMG range in India. If you happen to look at the GL from outside and you miss out on the badging, both the G63 as well as the AMG, you might mistake it for the regular one. But all your doubts vanish the moment you hit the starter button here. That's the rumble of the monstrous AMG-tuned V8 going to work. And now it's my turn to engage the 7-speed gearbox and make those 557 horses gather. This engine is simply unbelievable in terms of the power output. The 0 to 100 comes up in just about 4.9 seconds. Makes you wonder if you are really behind the wheels of a sports car or an SUV, and you are often misled, believing that you are doing much slower speeds than you actually are while you are driving this. The flow of power is just unbelievable. I would not even say it's like a tidal wave because it seems more like a tsunami to me. It keeps on coming and coming till you don't hit the rev limiter at around 6,500 where it redlines. That 557 horses are at your beck and call, and all you have to do is tap on the gas pedal to unleash their collective might. The handling of this GL63 AMG is really quite unlike any SUV that I have driven. It corners more like a high-performance sedan than an SUV. There is no body roll, and even if you throw her hard around the corners, she comes out quite confidently. In fact, the handling is really inspiring. This engine spits out an extremely healthy 760 Newton meters of torque, which makes overtaking a breeze. The engine is mated to what essentially is an automatic gearbox, but it has the manual and the sport mode. And you have the pedal shifts here for the quick gear changes. Put it in the sport mode and the handling becomes even crisper. What I really like about this GL is the high driving position. It not only gives you a very nice all-round visibility, but also a lot of confidence, especially on Indian roads. The GL63 also comes with 4MATIC or the permanent all-wheel drive system, which transfers the power in the ratio 40-60 to the front and the rear wheels for effective off-roading, and additional grip in case of slippage to any of the wheels. In addition to this, you can also raise the height of the car depending on the terrain you are driving on, and this adds to the versatility of the GL63. Mercedes is also offering the Airmatic suspension package on this car, which consists of air suspension, special damping struts and automatic level control, along with the active curve system which employs anti-roll bars for the front and the rear axles to control the body roll during cornering, and in the process improves the stability and ride comfort. As I told you, if you spend time behind this leather-wrapped steering wheel, you will be hugely entertained. But even if you don't and you spend time here in the passenger seat, chances are you will hugely enjoy the drive too. Plenty of space, and no matter how generously endowed you are, you will still have space to stretch out. And talking of luxury, this car has got pretty much everything you can think of. And it looks very classy too, with quality leather, wood finish fascia and all the features that you can think of. Mood lighting system, a sunroof for all the 3 rows of passenger seats, heated seats, you name it, you got it. In fact, this is one car that I would really like to show off to my wealthy friends. And then there is these minute attention to details like cup holders which come with the option of cold and hot, ensuring that whatever you are drinking stays the way you want it to be. A night vision infrared camera to make driving simpler in the night as it identifies pedestrians and other unlit objects in complete darkness to warn you. The steering wheel is a 4-spoke affair with perforated leather for a nice tactile feel. And just to hammer home the sporty AMG pedigree, the steering wheel is flattened at the bottom, F1 style. The instrumentation is typically Mercedes with 4 round dials which combine analog and digital display with chrome surrounds to make it look classy. And in the center of the fascia is a 20cm color TFT monitor which displays all the info. This middle of the second row seat here is actually quite comfortable, and if you are not carrying passengers in the back seat, you can push this back and this liberates a lot of leg space. Plus this has individual air conditioning and power sockets to ensure that your laptop and mobile gets charged. Plus the AMG trim here gets an entertainment system. The AMG badging in this car is pasted liberally across many parts of the car, including the seat here, which means that the extra money you paid for this car is sure to impress even your passenger. The GL is a 7-seater, and what really makes it user-friendly are features like this. An electrically operated second row seat which folds down at the touch of a button. Now let me get inside and see if there is any space left on the third row. I'm pleasantly surprised to find that this third row of seat here is actually quite usable with enough space, and unless you are built like a sumo wrestler, you will be able to squeeze in 2 people quite comfortably. And what adds to the comfort factor is the fact that there are individual air conditioning vents, a bottle holder and even a sunroof, and there is an airbag too. This is the second row seat which folds down at the touch of an electric button. But when it comes down to putting it back, this becomes a totally manual operation. Why this should be so, I really don't understand, or for that matter even like, because it's quite a job. This seat is a heavy one to put it back into place, and for ladies or for even old people, this would be a hard one. In a car in this segment, this should be an automatic one. The panoramic sunroof extends all the way to the third row of seats, and the windows are quite big to make the cabin of the GL airy and cheerful. The good part is that in case you are not carrying passengers, the third row can be folded down, and that too at the touch of an electric button. And for this third row, the electric button works the other way around too, to unfold seats as well to make way for a large luggage space. If you have a healthy bank balance and you are looking for an SUV which is big, comfortable and, as in this case, high on performance, then look no further. This GL63 AMG should do the trick, more so as it also wears the Mercedes badging up on the nose, which should up your status quotient as well. In a country like India, where the right of the way is decided on sheer size, driving a car this size will surely have its advantage. But at rupees 1.6 crores, she isn't really cheap. The GL63 AMG is priced at Rs 1.66 crores, which makes it not only the most powerful but also one of the most expensive. But the good part is that it really defines luxury and performance, and for the luxury SUV buyers, possibly the ultimate choice, as no other SUV combines performance, luxury, ride quality and space as well as this GL63 does. And the company is also offering 4-year extended warranty on the GL63 for your peace of mind.
This American motorcycle company was born in 1901 and set about to become one of the largest motorcycle manufacturers in the world. Sadly, the company went bankrupt in 1953. In May 2011, Polaris Industries revived the brand, and on January 22, 2014, the Indian motorcycle company makes its official debut in India. There are 3 models of the Indian motorcycles that are available. The Classic, which we already rode earlier, the Vintage, which is basically a classic with some accessories, and of course, this. One look at this machine and it's easy to lose all track and focus. Continue looking at it and it can induce daydreams, because dreams are exactly what this bike is made of. You see, it costs more than an entry-level luxury sedan from the likes of BMW, Audi or even Mercedes, and is easily one of the most expensive production motorcycles that is sold in our country. This is the Indian Chieftain. The Chieftain is the first bike from Indian motorcycles to feature a complete full fairing at the front and hard saddlebags. Now, the styling of the bike is based on the design cues of the past. It has enough and more chrome, the signature style Valance front fenders and the Indian Chief war bonnet on the front fender. But it's loaded with technology to meet the demands of today. I mean, come on, let's face it. When you're paying the amount of money as you are for this particular machine, you pretty much expect everything. Well, you don't exactly get the moon, but you do get everything else. To start with, you get a keyless start-stop system, cruise control, and a powered front windshield, which allows you to raise and lower the height of the front windscreen by about 4 inches to deviate the wind blast away from your face. Now, you also get a 100-watt stereo system. It accepts a USB input. It's also Bluetooth enabled, which means that you can pair your smartphone easily with the bike here and stream music from your smartphone onto the speaker system over here. Now, besides that, the FOB, it's got a remote locking and unlocking feature for the saddlebags over here. So if you want to unlock it, there you go. Locked. Although the power plant in all the motorcycles is the same Thunderstroke 1811cc fuel-injected twin-cylinder air-cooled unit, which makes a peak torque of 139 Nm at 2600 RPM, the Chieftain is different from its siblings. The wheelbase is shorter by about 61 mm. The rear suspension too is different, because we get an air-adjustable suspension system with 114 mm of travel, which is over 20% more than what is available in the Classic and the Vintage. This ensures an even more comfortable ride, especially for the pillion rider. The wheels on the Chieftain are cast alloy wheels as compared to the wire spoke wheels on the other bikes, and this allows for the Chieftain to have tubeless tires. The Chieftain is heavier than its less endowed siblings by about 58 kilograms. and it feels every bit so, especially when maneuvering the bike at slow speeds. But strangely, once the Chieftain is on a roll, it just feels very light and easy to maneuver. In fact, it comes across as a lighter bike to handle than the Chief Classic even. It responds with more eagerness into the corners, and the long sweeping bends are a welcome sight for the Chieftain, especially at high speeds. The Thunderstroke engine produces enough and more torque that even in the 6th gear, accelerating from 80 km per hour seems effortless. In fact, twist the drive-by via throttle open and the Chieftain responds with a thrust and sound similar to a locomotive, which easily leaves the world behind. Now the Chieftain is the top of the line bike from the Indian motorcycle company, and what you get for your money is a bike that's been designed to go the distance without ever tiring out. Add to that, it's loaded with all the features that will make sure that your journey ahead is long and comfortable. Now, what else do you get for your money? Well, obviously, the one thing that people are looking for, exclusivity. Chances are that you'll see very few of these bikes out on the open road. And believe me, when you pull up in something like this, all eyes are going to be on you. Over the last couple of years, quicker, faster and adrenaline pumping machines have been made available in our Indian market. Now fast bikes are a lot of fun, but we need to take extra precaution to make sure that we're safe in case of an accident. Now let's just take a look at some of the things that go a long way to ensuring our safety. To start with, something that even the law requires you to wear, a helmet. Now two kinds of helmets are popular, a half-face one like this one, and of course the full face one. Now a full face one obviously offers a lot more protection than a half face one, especially with respect to the chin area. Now a couple of things to keep in mind when going and picking a helmet. Now you must look for the ISI certification in case you're riding normal bikes, or if you're into fast super bikes, look for the DOT or ECP certification of safety. Now that ensures that the helmet that you've got is indeed a quality product and will go a long way to keeping your head safe. Now, another thing you want to keep in mind while picking out a helmet is that helmets come in different sizes, like extra small, small, medium and so on. So pick one that fits your head well, because you don't want a helmet that's going to become loose and fall off your head, especially if you kiss the ground. Riding jackets are something that should always be worn at all times, even if they're not mandated by law. Now leather used to be the preferred material of choice because of its highly anti-abrasive nature, but let's face it, leather does get hot, it is not very easy to maintain, and of course it's very expensive. Nowadays you've got something else. You've got something that is a combination of mesh and fiber and nylon, which makes it really, really strong. Now these things, they breathe very easy and they're lined with additional waterproof liners in case you need it when you're traveling, say, in terms of inclement weather. Now these again offer you more protection, especially where your joints are concerned, like your elbows, your forearms, your shoulders. Now this particular one even got a chest guard over here, but most of them usually come with all this kind of protection and also something for the back. Now if you're into touring, a good set of riding pants can help you go the distance and keep you safe and comfortable too. Now these are made of a mixture of nylon and mesh kind of a material, which makes them breathable and keeps you safe and comfortable. Now these also come with an extra kind of a padding, especially around the shin and the knee areas, and they also have extra padding on the thighs and the hip areas as well. Now If you're into extreme kind of touring, this is one that you might want to consider because you can easily lift this flap over here and take out this extra piece of material which converts these pants into a waterproof ones. Now the advantage of these kind of things is that they can be used in all kinds of weather, whether it's hot, cold or even wet. Now people who are into superbikes and long distance touring should also consider something like this, riding boots. Now these offer you increased kind of protection, especially where the toes, the ankles and the shin areas of the leg are concerned. They're lightweight, comfortable, waterproof and can go a long way in keeping your feet safe in any kind of mishap. Last but not least, a good set of gloves. Now traditionally these used to be made of leather, but nowadays they're made of a mixture of both cordura and leather. Now they give you additional protection, especially where the knuckles are concerned in forms of this plastic cladding over here, and also they're reinforced especially where the palm region is concerned over here. So in case you happen to kiss the ground in case of any kind of mishap, well, these will keep your hands safe and prevent them from scraping the floor.
See, it's always advisable to go to the right kind of guys, people who are actually importing or people who are representing a company in India. They are the guys who sell these products. They know what are their products worth. Sure, they are slightly expensive, agreed, but at the end of the day, these are the only things that will save you. A good company would know what kind of material to use, so in case of a fall, they know, that this won't shred. We've seen cases in the past. People wanted to save money, but they wanted to get that kind of, I would say, a brand on their chest or on their shoulders or on their hands, but they've gone down. 600 rating textile is something which is advisable because it's thick at the same time and takes care of the normal abrasions in case you fall on the road. I would say just be careful in picking up your gear. It's your body, it's your life that we are talking about.
Motorcycles are exciting machines and there's nothing really that comes close to the wind in your hair experience. It's easy to go fast, but it's advisable to invest in good quality riding gear to make sure you're safe and sound. After all, you know what they say, ride to live and live to ride.